right about to get in the draft. No more delays, except for the small one right now while we yap at you for a little bit while they get into it. First map, we are going to be on Taiko Temple, as we're seeing right now. Night Market ban, Oni Village ban for EKC, and then we're going to be going Taiko Temple, Atlas Lab, and then the third map, little spicy Demon Day.
I absolutely love this. So taking a look at the maps here, I want to talk about Demon Days at all, just a little bit, because as I've been casting throughout the day, this map has been pretty much banned every single series that I've seen.
Yeah.
And it has become full circle to one of my favorite maps. Reasoning being,
it's fun.
It is a map where a lot of damage ends up getting output, but at the same time, it's a map where one of my favorite characters, Rune, really thrives on.
Yeah, I mean, Rune is very annoying on that map. I'll say that much. So, hey, maybe we will not be able to see Rune here, sadly. But some interesting comps already on the board here. Kazan ban, Octavia ban, obviously Placeholder Palafins. They've seen the Joker Octavia. They do not want a piece of it. But it looks like EKC are actually going to be running, some call it the Night Market comp. The double brawler with Aragoli comp. They ran it earlier. It looked really, really good for EKC. And then on the other end, so really curious about this one. I want to hear your thoughts about this one. Reptile Remedy start, right?
Yep.
But they're running full damage with X.
Yeah, so we have X, Vice, Finny. This is there's so much damage here. Maybe you could replace the X with a Zentaro, but it's essentially the same thing, right?
Zen would be the only thing that's like more damage, but it's enough. It's more than enough damage here.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of damage here. And I guess their logic is, hey, we're good players. If we just focus down a target, it doesn't matter if you have one Stagger Awakening or not.
Yeah.
You're getting taken out.
And here's the thing, right? With Reptile Remedy, you still have to strike the core.
Yes.
For you to get the healing. So knowing, Placeholder Palafins, aka Sad Boys, knowing them, they're just going to probably not let everybody touch the core, right? They're really good at core control anyway, just with their strikes. Deny somebody the ball, and then just keep ability dumping onto them, or keep making it really hard to play on the core. Because if you go for the core, but then you take 400 in damage, striking the core once won't heal the 400 in damage.
Yeah.
And it'll heal maybe like a fourth of that.
And then regardless, it heals it over time.
Exactly. So you can burst people down with Remedy. The thing that I'm worried about, though, is if the Asher or the Julie can get another Stagger Awakening or a third Stagger Awakening, then they're going to be unkillable.
Once you get access to that bulk up or peak performance or reverberation, even Big Fish, right? Now you start having, instead of the 350 or 400 extra Stagger, you're going to like 600, 800, 1,000 plus Stagger that you had originally over your starting Stagger amount.
That's actually why I like the X here so much for Placeholder Palafins, because X scales very, very well with Stagger Awakenings, especially bulk up. And so if X can get bulk up, Big Fish, something like that, deny the other team those Awakenings, X is also super good with those Awakenings compared to like a Zentaro, or a Zentaro's like whatever with them, right? You want other things as Zen, whereas X, that's what you're looking for. And so that's what they're trying to deny. That's what X is looking for. I don't think the X is going to be getting first pick in anything, but maybe it'll matter at some point in the game.
Yeah, and a lot of times these Stagger Awakenings are kind of like the premier picks in like the middle of the draft.
Yeah.
So
usually you don't see a first pick Stagger Awakening, but maybe this game we will.
So let's see what everyone ended up going with. I assume the Era will go with Castellas, and then pretty much everyone else in the entire game. No, we also have Finny taking the Castellas.
I'm not surprised with that.
So the Castellas here is going to help out the Finny with the secondary debuff there on the triple take, lasting longer, as well as the creation themselves on that ultimate ability lasting even longer.
Yeah, and the cool part about the mobility boots on the Finny, I talked about it a little bit earlier for those who are watching when I was on cast, is that You Already Lose can run up a little bit when they have the ball on offense, put the Finial down on the barriers, and with the Castellas, it's going to last way longer and just gives Soren such a hard time.
Yep, because a lot of times you don't even care about breaking the ultimate here.
Oh my god, what a save.
What a save. Manages to clear it out at the cost of their life, but so far so good. They're holding it down, and we don't have someone 4 into the net here in Vaughn. Playing a little bit of goalie as You Already Lose returns from the afterlife. Manages to trade as well. A KO here as NXCD is going to return in a few seconds. But they managed to recover really well from that defense. Yeah,
really, really good stabilization there from Vaughn and Snake. Managed to get a kill and kind of just find their footing. They still have to get this barrier, though. Soren has been holding this barrier and has been playing super well all tournament. So going to be a little bit of a mountain to climb. But if anyone can do it, Placeholder Palafins can do it. But as I say that, SEKC NXCD finds the perfect pass from Joker. Puts it on the bottom side. You Already Lose really didn't have anything there.
Great pass there. Joker playing a little bit of a signature character in the Asher here. Known to be piloting it phenomenally on Brawler, and has played it a couple times on Night Market as well with this composition here. has that stuffing potential with the ultimate ability, as well as just having an access to a pseudo dash punch like Juliet as well.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, out of the brawlers, I feel like Asher is one of the... It's weird, but I feel like you can definitely play at midfield on these closed maps because of how big the character is, right? How big the hitbox is, how big the ult hitbox is. You can just hold a lane by yourself, and it's impossible to clear past.
People really don't or underestimate when you have characters like Dubu or Atlas or just some of these bigger characters that exist on Taiko Temple, and you just try to strike past them.
It's impossible.
It is so hard, and Asher is one of those characters, like you said. And also, you have that range pressure. It's not frequent, but when you can throw out that ultimate ability there,
I mean,
shove it into the corner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely helps stuff here. Speaking of stuffing, Vaughn with the Supernova managing to find that last barrier. Soren, no evade now, needs to defend, but the beam is not enough. Era does not have that many hitboxes. Snake and Vaughn managing to layer their abilities through and tying it up 1-1.
1-1 so far, and they were looking pretty good in this point number 2 here. We can already take a look at the energy economy. It's going to be Placeholder Palafins almost with 3 full energy bursts available. On the side of SEKC, they have absolutely nothing. So now we're going to see how they end up converting these energy economy into an advantage. We already see one barrier taken from both sides. The ultimate coming out from Finny here, followed up by the triple take. Not enough to get that second barrier as NYC tries to look for a scoring opportunity or a barrier break opportunity.
Yeah, Vaughn looking for one as well, but Soren just reading what he wants to do perfectly here. But Vaughn doesn't matter. He's keeping possession for now. Yordilu's walking up as well, trying to get his forwards the core. Snake has it in the corner. This is a perfect opportunity. Barrier going down. Now the Joker has to run back and help Soren. The weakness of that era is that you don't have that many things to help you with the stuffing, right? You don't have that much utility. So, I mean, if the core is not staying forward, then the era is going to be struggling a lot. But NYC trying to make something out of this play here, but Vaughn is just right on his heels. Really, not much the Julie can do, and the Vice is standing there. But the Julie can do so much to the X. The punch flip. NYC has been finding these combos all day, Mystic.
He's been doing phenomenally with these Julie dash punch combos on the side of the map here. It's reminded me a lot of how we would talk about Bells back in the day. Even though that guy doesn't like to play this Juliet character as much anymore. Either way, NYC popping off on the Juliet here, giving his team an opportunity to shine. But even with that power play, they did not manage to find this second barrier. And NYC trying his best with just some strikes or trying to pass it around. And it looks like the passing play is enough to get it over to Joker and then down to the barrier. A great ultimate. The flurry comes out to secure that point, unable to clear it out. Once the core is already on top of you, Finny doesn't have that many tools to push it out, especially against multi-hits. Yeah,
I mean, Yordilu's did try that evade strike clear there, but it was just a tad too late. I mean, NYC just hit it a little bit too hard and a little bit too fast for Yordilu's strike hitbox to come back online. But a good attempt nonetheless. First barrier coming down right away. I mean, the Asher midfield and the Julie, kind of their whole job is to run forward with the speed boost from Era, and then to try to stuff you in and end the point very quickly. So the longer these points go, usually the harder it's going to be for EKC to actually win. But, I mean, hey, last point was kind of an accepted there, so maybe not there.
Not sure if that interaction was seen, but you already lose. Saved by the drums on the bottom as NXPD went for the dash punch. So saved by the environment a little bit. Has to play a little bit more careful as he goes up to try to participate in these offense here. NXT forced to use the energy burst there defensively to save his own life, but doesn't save him at the end. Had nowhere to go. Snake walked up, secured that KO, and now it's their turn for a power play here as they try to go for a barrier. But honestly, Joker and Soren are doing a great job holding it down.
Yeah, I mean, Joker's kind of doing everything in this game right now, right? He's bringing the core forward very slowly, getting it to NXCD, and then he's also just playing pseudo-goalie, right? He's doing what Soren can't do on this era with the Asher, who is, I mean, probably just the better goalie character of the two, right? Just helping out Soren with this stuffing potential that the X and the Vice have. But you can only do it for so long until, you know, something like that happens.
Once the abilities run out, a little bit of a mistime from Joker, trying to energy burst the core, but it was stunned. It was still in the stun duration there of the Vice secondary.
Really unfortunate.
But they have this opportunity here on the final point of round number 1 or set number 1. Still 1-1 in barriers as Vaughn tries to move up the core, uses the power chord there, unable to find the hit. And you can see how hungry NXZD is over there, looking for the dash punch as Vaughn is carefully maneuvering these strikes.
Yeah, I mean, one big thing at LAN, I was talking about earlier, I think Juliet, while not the most popular character at the current moment, I think is actually buffed on LAN because players start getting a little nervous. They really get serious, and they start focusing on the core so much, and all of a sudden there's a Juliet flying at you looking for the KO. And Juliet, probably the best kill confirm in the game, just overall, because it's once you get hit by it once, you can't evade it after that, right? So it's so good. But NYC making it look incredibly strong as well, but they're going to have a mountain to climb here with their Aragon. 2 brawlers in the net. Can they save it? You already lose coming back in with the flip, trying to close off here, but they can't get anything, right? I mean, the 2 brawlers just use everything, all their energy as well, just to stay alive. Soren is back up, but no, reacted a little bit too late to that core. The slow roller, I like to call that, to the top
Slow
corner.
roller! Just slides in towards the top there. Soren unable to catch it in time. As Snake sends in the core. Taking a look at this draft here. Ooh. We got Vaughn first pick,
Heavy
but
impact.
There's a lot here to take. Heavy impact going to be one of those top awakenings to take away.
Impact. Let's get that straight. There's no way he doesn't take it, right? Okay, yeah. Heavy impact.
And Happy Star going over to Era, and that's more of a deny from the Finny, because if you've played against Monumentalist Finny with extra special, it's one of the, regardless of what people think of the difficulty, it is one of the most miserable experiences.
Yeah, it is, but I don't even know if Yardy Lose is going to go for it. I was talking to Caleb Yardy Lose before this a little while ago, and with the momentum speed boots Finny, he really likes taking that move speed. He really likes stacks, he really likes performance, and so I think he's going to go that regardless, because if you think about it, it's Taiko. As much as he wants to, he has to kind of use these ults for defense, right? There's no point really for him to move up that much and get that extra special, because 1, he doesn't even have Monu yet, first of all, and second of all, like, he's using his ult mainly just to stall as much as possible. And speaking of stalling, I mean, Soren managing to hold somehow there at the end and gets it in time for NXT to pass it to Joker. And Joker, look how big you are with that big fish, young man. I mean, it's just insane range there.
And this is his second Stagger Awakening. We were talking about how just getting access to 1 or 2 more Stagger Awakenings will now start pushing these characters away from the, that kind of KO potential. And this Asher character scales so hard with size. It's going to be a one-man army soon enough. Do not let this man... Well, I believe Rampage was in that last draft as well.
Rampage.
So only Stagger Awakening left, or only Size Awakening left is Might of the Colossus. Oh my god. The Supernova coming out and taking Joker off the map here. Power play coming through from Placeholder Palafins. Managed to get that second barrier, and now looking for a passing play between all 3 of them. Triangle formation coming out as they try to look for a shot on net.
Yeah, but Joker just thwarting that formation, right? Dashing right into the middle of that triangle, big enough to cut off literally all the passing lanes from it, and just denies the play. Now stalling, waiting for NXT to have that dash punch, but no, really, really good save from Yardy Lose there. Soren just kind of playing safe, kind of playing steady here, wants to give their forwards as much time to score as possible, but you got to watch out here because Vaughn has that Supernova, is doing a lot of damage, and also has that energy burst. Yardy Lose also has that energy burst, so I mean, SEKC kind of have a mountain to climb this point, but they are up 1, so they have a little bit of time to try to get energy themselves and figure this out.
Yeah, they have to go up against a barrier plus 2 energy bursts here as Vaughn tries to set up a play to get Snake the core. Doesn't manage to get Snake the core, but completely eliminates NXD Stagger Bar. But the power chord chaining off NXD ends up sending the core backwards a little bit, causes the barrier to drop, and now NXD fully healed up thanks to the Reptile Remedy. And has, look at the positioning he is just waiting for Joker to get him the ball once, and he's trying his best to save his abilities to get a shot onto You Already Lose.
Yeah, that's something that a lot of Julie players, I feel like, mess up a lot, especially on those lower elos, is, just very, very rushing the dash punches, right? NXT is doing a really good job at just waiting for the, maybe not right there, Caster Curse, but for the most part has been doing a good job at trying to get as much value as possible with the abilities, and oh my goodness, I mean, the flip overtime speed right into Snake, and that puts it in the top corner. Era does not have the tools to save that. Tries to burn the flip, not quite going in their favor. Going 1 point over there to Placeholder Palafins, and we're tied up.
1-1 now, but it's looking as even as it can get, honestly. There's a lot to take in here. Soren is doing his best when he has that offensive pressure to help assist his team with the speed and the size increase, and even sending the Maelstrom all the way off to the other side. But when it comes to the defense, it is so much harder for him to defend. You said it before, we see how often Joker has to come back to help him dig out the core. Yeah. So it's just these trade-offs between the 2 goalies that we're seeing in these two play styles.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the only downside to Taiko playing this double brawler comps on it, is that it's so easy to actually clear the ball all the way around, whereas Night Market, you have to, like, you have to be a bit more tactical, you have to work it around a bit more. Yeah. So the double brawler can really block off that and give the Era space. And as you see right here, when the Era doesn't have that space, because of those Taiko drums sending it really fast, the X can just put it right in.
Yep. The core speed is just so much faster. It's a tighter, enclosed map. that if the core is just moving slightly too fast and they find a good angle, one of the things is you don't see a lot of the points that Snake is scoring. It's not while he's on top of the era, right? He's not trying to shove it in. He's just finding these simple strikes a little bit further back, a little bit to the left of that goal line. He's just finding these strikes that are just slightly out of the reach of era.
Yeah, and right there, that was a bit more of an aggressive play. Snake and Vaughn teaming up to just take on Soren, knowing they can leave You Already Lose alone in the net because, you know, you have that flip. You have the fully stacked stacks on stacks with the Moby boots. That's like 800 movement speed, but that's like, that's 800 movement speed. So keep in mind, you know, this Finny is very fast, can defend on their own. And the one thing that I see Vaughn actually doing a lot is taking the mobility boots off of Soren. Right? So not allow the era to actually keep up with the core. And here we go. I talked about earlier, the bulk up on the X, going to be denying that stagger and actually going to be getting that second stagger awakening himself. So it's going to be really hard to now kill the X.
Yeah, and take a look at
going to have a lot of power.
Juliet not really getting much of what they want. Twin Drive is not, it's not a useless awakening, but it really doesn't help with the game plan.
Yeah, I mean, hey, a guy like me would have taken Chrono. Shaolin Juliet.
The Shaolin Tech.
Shaolin Tech Julie there. But hey, maybe
oh my goodness.
His win here.
Joker sending out the airship over there. Gets the KO on the Snake, but I just looked on the right side. Soren, I didn't even realize he was completely...
yeah, he got destroyed.
Yeah.
He got absolutely destroyed, and You Already Lose. Not much you can do there. Tries to go for the elusive once again, but that timing is just so tight with the dash punch.
Yeah, good shot there from NXCD using his abilities appropriately, not wasting them on these just random attempts on the midfield.
Oh my god! Again,
he knows when he has a shot to take someone off the map, and he's going for it every time. But it's not ever when it's never. I don't know how to explain it. He's not doing it like freely in the sense where it's wasted.
Yeah, I mean, NXT is really trying to throw out these dash punches when he knows he can get a kill. Sometimes they might evade it, sometimes they might dodge it, but if he hits it, they're going to die. As Vaughn, he hit the supernova, and he died right there. Joker going off the map once again. The Asher, the downside to being that big is your hitbox is a lot bigger, right?
You're closer to the edge.
Yeah, Snake, great dodge there on the NXT dash punch, trying to put it in at the end, but Soren is just so fast, still has that mobility speed boots, but Vaughn in the perfect position to receive the core here. Can he put it in? And he does.
Oh, there it is.
Snake with the KO, and also the double hit stun on the Bull Rush. That was a perfect play there.
Bull Rush hitting all three players, getting the core and getting the KO. And we saw Vaughn, how much damage he has and how much knockback he has. And this is just, you know, round one, he got the heavy impact. And now he's got all the damage he needs for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I mean, he pretty much got everything he needs. Heavy impact vice, that's it.
Oh,
look,
there goes Soren.
Doesn't even care about the core. Snake does an insanely good job waiting to punch him off until he gets staggered from the supernova. It's a really, really good play from them. You Already Lose running up and feeding his forwards the core. 2-1 now in this set and 2-0 in sets. I mean, Placeholder Palafins are just not letting up.
They're going in with full aggression now, and a reminder to everyone watching that it is Placeholder Palafins on winner's side. So while this is a best of 3, there is a bracket reset if SEKC can manage to win this first best of 3. But if it goes the way of Placeholder Palafins, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so hard for SEKC. Not only do they have to win 2, like you just said, they've had a very difficult losers run. They've had to take out a bunch of teams that have made really, really good runs so far in this tournament, and they dropped to losers immediately, right? So from the immediate top 16, they dropped to losers right away. So they've had a very long day. So whether they have the energy to actually finish this day up, we'll have to see. They're looking decent right now, but they're going to have to show me a little bit more before I can really, you know, think that they're going to actually take this win.
Yeah, and it's going to start off by NXCD managing to live off of these attempts to take his life out. Snake just determining in his head a little bit of minor calculation if he has the time and abilities to take out NXCD or if it's worth it to use it on the barrier. Instead, opting to ignore NXCD, gets that primary to finish off the barrier and now has access to an energy burst here. And he knows Vaughn will get him the core. So he's just patiently waiting for his time.
He's waiting for his time. He has the flip, being really patient with it. Has so much stagger, doesn't even need to burn it for anything. Punching away, has the flip. Is it going in? It's going right in. Soren mistimes the strike, and Snake manages to lock up game 1 for Placeholder Palafins.
And that was a great patience coming out of Snake there. But one of the things was Snake used all of his abilities before that. So there was absolutely nothing he could have done besides just strike.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, it's just a guess, right?
Yep.
Who can win? Because at that point, the Era doesn't have the abilities to stuff it. The Asher did not have primary there at the end, so really, it's just a guessing game.
And Snake guessed right, or
he did.
EKC guessed wrong.
Yeah, whichever one you want to put it. We'll put a positive spin on it because we're positive casters, and Snake guessed right. Let's gas up Snake. And let's also gas up, I mean, the entirety of Placeholder Palafins here. 41k damage, 33k damage, 23k damage on Finny goalie there. I mean, just putting up a clinic, Reptile Remedy be damned. Who cares? Just kill them anyway.
Exactly. So much damage coming out, plenty of KOs, and Snake with 7 goals finishing off. And these replays are perfect examples of where he is when he scores these goals. It's not just him using Bull Rush X Maximus, striking it through hit stun. It's usually these distance goals with precise placement of the core that don't require abilities.
Yeah, I mean, using his strikes incredibly well, finding a good distance between that and the air, and like I said earlier, just the poking of the air, using that damage to just deny them the speed, and also not letting them get the awakenings they want in this draft. They put on the, they stepped on the gas early on, and they did not let up. There were 0 breaks in that game for Placeholder Palafins, and if there were breaks, I mean, they probably would have lost, right?
Yeah.
You can't really do that with a damage comp. You need to keep going, and that is what they did. So really good game on Taiko there. Did not expect that to be a 3-0. I thought that was going to be a way closer.
Yeah, and that was a quick game. All those points went by surprisingly fast. But let's see, game 2 is a chance for SEKC to turn it around.
It is. They need to turn this around now. I mean, obviously, Atlas Lab, though, is their map. They did pick it, and this is an EKC classic. But I will say, I mean, Snake and Vaughn, and Caleb, too, they're no strangers to Atlas Lab. Vaughn's Lab, as many have called it in the past, and they had a really, really good showing earlier against Core Retro Flow, right? They had a really good showing against them on this Atlas Lab, but EKC, I mean, as someone who's played them on that map and had a very, very close game against them, it's really hard to beat them here. So we'll see what comes out. But I expect a lot of damage.
EKC known for their damage compositions, and even with Joker subbing in for Katsuna in this LAN. Joker is no stranger to damage, playing both Estelle and Vice specifically. So taking a look at the start, we have Might of the Colossus and Catalyst.
Yippee.
We can say right now, all 6 players will be taking Catalyst.
All 6 players will be taking Catalyst, yes. 100%. We're probably not even going to see X, because who cares about Might of the Colossus when you're playing on Atlas Lab? You're going to die anyway. Just take Catalyst, and if you get focused, now you get energy. And if all 6 players take it, everyone's getting energy. It's a fun house.
Yeah, and we're probably going to be seeing... honestly, it's just going to be full damage all over the place. That's kind of what I'm expecting. With this energy economy, it's really hard to play a non-damage comp.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what we're going to be seeing here. EKC is blue side, so maybe Placeholder Falcon's going to be banning the Zentaro here. That's what I'm kind of thinking. Take that away from NXCD. Take away that comfort. Yep, there you go. Double Brawler ban going away right there. Kazan and Zentaro, the 2 kind of stinkers of the Brawler pool right now, right? I mean... As a former brawler myself, maybe current brawler, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, who knows? But both brawlers heading out there. Going to be, it is the X pickup. Okay, I'm wondering now if they're going to pick the Catalyst or the Might. I assume they're going to pick Catalyst. It's just
I think it's still Catalyst regardless. Even if it's with like an Arrow or a MAKO, it's still just Catalyst here.
I'm really surprised, though, that they picked the X. I mean, like, Rasmus is still decent here. Like, Julie isn't the worst thing in the world here. X is still, like, you have multiple options, right? And now that you pick X, you're opening up that Vice Amy, which, I mean, you should know that that's going to come out when you're playing against Caleb and Vaughn, right?
Yeah, you have way less mobility on the X. You have plenty of stuffing pressure, and just this huge, I guess, size on this character here. But you don't have the mobility. You don't have the KO pressure as like a Juliet. And now taking a look at the rest of this draft, we have for Placeholder Palafins, it is a Vice, Amy, and MAKO locked in. I can tell you who's going to be playing the Amy right now, which means that Vice and MAKO are going to be going over to both Snake and Vaughn.
I do believe this is a MAKO forward. I don't think he wanted to pick Julie here. Can't blame him. I don't think he wanted to pick Asher here. Can't blame him. I mean, Rasmus, if he's not that comfortable on Rasmus, which Snake doesn't play a ton of Rasmus, so it makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I guess the MAKO forward. I have not seen Snake on this pick. So I'm really curious to see how he does.
I know this has been picked by Snake in scrims behind closed doors.
Oh, really? Okay.
But in terms of its performance, I have no knowledge of this.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it works out. I assume it's going to be Catalyst on literally everybody in this game. It's just too strong of an awakening. And EKC, really weird. This is the first time I've seen EKC on Atlas Lab where they're not going damage. They decide to opt into the Joker Octavia and the Soren Kai. They're going back to full comfort picks on those 2, and then, I mean, NXT is just going to boss up.
I believe Joker's Octavia is undefeated on the day.
It is. Oh, no, they lost 1 game.
Okay.
So undefeated in series, I guess, if you want to say that.
But either way, they're going in on this game plan. It's worked before. They're going to try their best, but that's a lot of damage from Placeholder Palafins.
It is.
And they're no strangers to Octavia. Although, like, the earlier matches, maybe there was less Octavia knowledge in that series for the opposing team.
Yeah, no, everyone in this game knows what to do.
Yeah, they know how to deal with the Octavia. They know how to elusive the primaries to prevent the flow state from continuing. They know when to dodge, how to pass around the Octavia. So we're going to see if Joker is going to be feast. It's either going to be feast or famine, right?
100%. I mean, EKC are taking a risk here. 100% a risk here with this comp. It's either going to be a Joker Octavia masterclass and Soren holding it down, or it's going to be a bit of a damage game and Placeholder Palafins taking the win. So we'll have to see as we get into the game here. I mean, it's already looking good for EKC. They're storming the keep right now, some might say, with this flow state. X jumping in there right at the end to finish things off, and Joker already hitting level 2.
Yeah, starting off, taking advantage of the fact that everyone is level 1 in this game in the beginning. The flow state does not care about level 2.
Nope.
It's really happy to see that, oh, does everyone else have one less ability? So,
yeah. I mean, Octavia looking really good, making advantage of that level 1, but as soon as the Vice and the MAKO get that level 2, it's going to be way harder with the snare drums into the Vice combo. That is something that I did theorycraft at one point. I thought it'd be pretty interesting with, you know, the little ult combo there. So maybe we'll see a cameo of that, maybe not. It's a bit hard to set up. NXCD having to use the flip there, did not want to stay staggered. Joker does not want to use the flip and pays for it with his life. I'm really surprised he did that.
He was stuck in once you begin casting the beat drop.
Did he press ult?
Yes.
Yeah.
So he was just locked in animation there. But we're seeing how freely all these people are using their energy burst, because they're coming up so frequently that you can just use it liberally. So anytime they get an opportunity, even remotely, to either get a KO, apply some damage, take a barrier, shoot their shot, it's the Q button's being pressed for all of our WASP players.
Oh yeah, I mean Q button. I use mouse 4 actually. This is what I use. Mouse button 4. It's a little side one, but that's besides the point here. Flips coming up. NXT has one. Uses it. Might get the goal here actually, but you already lose.
Doesn't have the bull rush there.
I mean, you already lose just saving everything. I hope that was a reaction save because that was so cool. I mean, it saves it on the goal line into another goal line save. Snake now almost has the energy burst. Almost takes out NXCD there with the MAKO primary. And now you already lose and Snake both have that core flip. Snake gonna have to use it right away just so he doesn't die. Stalling here a little bit, letting you already lose take a little bit more damage against them. Soren not gonna be getting scored on by that, not just yet with the barrage up. The Joker putting it down. You already lose, almost takes it on the bottom side. And now it's time for the flow state. It's time for Joker to show what this Octavia pick can do. And it doesn't even matter. That's just a really well-placed shot.
Really well-placed shot, but I'm going to give Placeholder Palafins a lot of props. I like how they dealt with that core flip from Snake. Seeing that, hey, we just stopped the core here. Let's see if we can KO someone. Yeah, went for a KO attempt, weren't able to find it, but it's a pretty unique way to deal with that situation that I don't think other teams would have done.
Ooh, unlucky there from Joker. Actually activated the beat drop, then pressed evade, but beat drop actually removes your evade.
Yes, immediately, yep.
Immediately removes it, so gets hit by that supernova, but not going to matter too much. Ends up getting 2 orbs anyway. Vaughn actually going to be the one in trouble. Now able to quite fine the strike there. Snake going to have to actually come back and help with defense. And EKC is looking really good here. Gets a second barrier. NXT is just shoving it in. Joker finds the strike we're winning against Vaughn.
3-0.
And that is a 3-0 from EKC.
Yeah. I mean, that was a very surprising start here, and winning the early sets as Octavia is crucial because it gives you first picks to quick strike, to stagger. Looking at what we have here, it's not really... It's going to be unstoppable. There's not really much else that Joker wants.
Maybe 1-2 punch. I don't know if he likes it or not. It's going to be unstoppable.
Yeah,
be honest
the unstoppable is really big for him. It's not like the best awakening here. He would have loved to take some sort of stagger or speed, or maybe, you know, like Chrono Cast, of course. But besides that, Vi's second pick, got to be happy with the stinger there.
Yeah, I mean, happy with the stinger there. Deadeye actually going to be going unpicked. Missile prop is actually going to be opted towards the aim. You already lose. Wants a little bit more of that range, a little bit more of those active glitch pops there. And Snake, so one thing definitely to look out for here, MAKO does a lot more damage than people think. Or maybe people kind of realize it at this point. But, oh my goodness, you know what else does damage is literally just X. Just X also does damage, guys. And so does a Giga Blast, I think, was right there. You already lose now in a 1v2. Have to take away here. Use this energy burst and manages to actually find a barrier, install just long enough in order to win the anti-power play there. So well played from the Amy.
Yeah, a good hold by You Already Lose, waiting until their team managed to come back up just fine. Joker popping the flow state, has the unstoppable, ends up getting popped there, but it's saving him plenty of stagger that is so important to him staying alive.
Yeah, I mean, the Unstoppable with the Vice Chain Lightnings might not seem like the most impactful, but just that random one hit, right? That random thing you don't have to evade helps so incredibly, like, a lot.
That's a supernova you get to dodge. That's
Exactly.
that's a secondary that you get to walk through. You still get stunned though.
Yeah.
But one thing I want to point out here is that NXCD opted to take Rampage instead of 1-2 Punch.
Yeah.
Which I think is going to come to bite him.
I think it will as well. I don't think he's going to be able to stack the Rampage very much this game.
Oh my goodness.
As you can see right now, but it doesn't matter.
Around the world.
Around the world. Snake
Demon
actually
angle.
putting that in on the own demon angle there. Soren really got bailed out there with the barrier. I mean,
Oh my.
they are yapping a storm up over there right now after that. So
What a crazy point.
Unlucky, but well played from Soren, I guess.
Trying to get this flow state going again, but no, ends up dropping it. Joker going back to the health orb, picking it up. We can see Snake is getting really low as well. NXT doing just fine on this point in terms of stagger. Barrage dropped on Snake, isn't able to find the KO off of it, and then Barrier followed up with it. Praised the Barrier for a little bit of stagger, unable to finish it off. And then the pressure coming through from both Vice and the MAKO put in point number one for Placeholder Palafins on this set.
Yeah, Placeholder Palafins finally finding a little bit of a footing here in this game. But they still have a mountain to climb. They still have an Octavia to run past. And currently, I mean, they're failing to do so. I mean, Joker's kind of just running circles around him, getting both barriers before their flow state ends up almost every single round. But good job from Paladins.
He did it again where the elusive and the beat drop.
Elusive with the beat drop, but still going to stay alive for now. NXT has his core flip here. Needs to watch out. Perfectly woven there in with that dribble. Vaughn and You Already Lose just not quite on the same page in order to save.
Good dribble. He kind of drew both You Already Lose and Vaughn in. And one of the effects of the energy burst is the knockback.
Yeah, exactly.
And that knockback, even though it doesn't get a KO or anything, puts them into hit stun, which kind of spread part of the seas a little bit to give him a shot on net there.
Little Moses X action there. Yeah, coming in clutch here, but needs to watch out as the stinging down right now. Super, super low. Zero stagger, or sorry, zero energy, rather, for the X. Needs to play safe. Has a little bit of energy to evade now. Snake going to try to take him out, but not quite able to get it as Joker is just doing everything, with Soren actually running up to help him in midfield here. Wants to put it in, has the barrage, unable to get it, so has to run back, and well played from Placeholder Paladins to hold it for now, but they need to get a barrier. They need to do something proactive here. Defense is not going to win them this game.
They're trying their best. Soren has to come back here to help defend, finding a way to just keep himself alive. A great ensnaring drum from Snake secures that final barrier. Net's open. Snake looking for the KO. Managed to get it with the enhanced primary, or the enhanced passive attack. And then now Vaughn was looking for the Atlas pop there in the middle. Doesn't get what he wanted, but still has the core up in front of the net with energy burst, and that's all you need to tie it up 2-2.
Yeah, tried something, didn't work, but manages to swing it back around. Really good power play there for Placeholder Palafins. Can they manage to win this set? I mean, they need this set, by the way, because if they get any more Stagger Awakenings on the side of EKC, if they get maybe, I mean, was Quick Strikes already? I feel like I saw Quick Strikes. Was that last game? I don't even remember at this point.
No Quick Strikes yet.
No Quick Strikes yet, but Octavia with Quick Strikes, Octavia with Chrono Boost, they cannot let this Octavia keep scaling, so Placeholder Palafins gets that.
Great clear by Soren.
Great clear from Soren there. Placeholder Palafins need to make a good use of this power play. They'll get the first barrier. NXD is about to come back up, but it's a little bit too late. That second barrier is fallen, and now Soren is really low. I mean, Palafins are ready for the dub here in this set.
Soren just trying to mind game Snake a little bit there as he was trying to dodge the abilities. Doesn't have enough elusive to dodge the secondary by Vaughn. And it is a power play for Placeholder Palafins. Supernova comes out, takes over another one, 3v1, and a nice simple strike to finish it off.
Yeah, no Kaz there. No Kaz there. Vaughn, too good of a player to do that. Definitely secures that one in the top side. Really, really good comeback there in that set from Placeholder Palafins. And we got a game on our hands, Mystic. As we see now, wow.
Oh, wow.
There's the Quick Strikes. That's what we've been saying. Quick Strikes, but so is Cast to Last. So is everything. I mean, yeah, the Amy's not even going to deny one, because what do you even take? You deny the Quick Strikes, deny the Cast to Last. It sucks either way.
Yeah. Joker gets something that he wants regardless. And even if Cast to Last and Quick Strike were gone, Orb Dancer's up, Rapid Fire's up, he would have taken something that would have benefited his character. But Quick Strikes, you are so happy with that. That is Quick Strike's catalyst. So his energy economy is going to be through the roof here. but instead you already lose, opting in to take more damage with the explosive entrance. We saw Dancer get picked up by Snake, give him a little bit of extra speed, because Snake has no problem living. He's been the one who's been dealing all the damage for the most part in that brawler position.
Yeah, I mean, Snake has been doing a lot and actually gets that Orb Dancer now to help deny orbs and just stay a little bit more in that game, right, with that extra move speed. So I like that Orb Dancer pickup, and I really, really like the rapid fire for the Vice as well, just adding a little bit of extra damage with that decreased CP there. Snake putting NXCD in the dirt.
I mean, there's so much.
Have to do so much, but they can't do it as it goes on the bottom side. The barrage not quite there in time.
There is so much KO potential and damage output from this MAKO.
Yeah.
And he's got nothing to worry about, because if you try to fight a MAKO, you're losing.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. There's not many characters that can kill the MAKO in melee range.
Yeah.
Unless you're maybe like a Might X or like a Zentaro with Stinger. That's about it.
Exactly.
And they don't really have a lot that can kill them anyway. I mean, it's pretty much
having
damage characters here.
access to that Orb Dancer alleviates one of the downsides of playing MAKO in this brawler position, which is the slow movement speed when holding down abilities. But as I say that, 2 KOs coming out, a double power play, 3v1. Soren doing his best to stall out, and honestly does a great job.
Yeah, does a great job, keeps that top barrier, but at the cost of a lot of health bar, a little bit of energy, but manages to come back in here with a little bit more health, so going to be living for now. Snake, wow, with that strike secondary boost, almost gets in that top side, but ends up settling with the KO on Joker for now. The Octavia has just been struggling so much this set to get going. NXCD and Soren are going to have to pick up the slack here in this power play in order to deny Placeholder Palafins anything here. The Supernova and then the flip almost coming in here from Vaughn, but not going to opt to use it quite yet. Snake and Vaughn are going to come in here with these core flips.
Oh my goodness.
With the first one, gets the KO. Snake with the second KO. Now it's that 3v1 again, and Soren cannot do enough.
I just saw NXCD ride the train from the left side of the map all the way to the right, get flipped from Aimee, get sent down, flip from Vaughn. He just went around the world without having any control of his character.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit unfortunate there. That's just kind of what happens when you play play against a damage comp like this, right?
Exactly,
especially on a damage start. So really unfortunate here for EKC, but it's not over yet. They still have a little bit of time to come back into this set. X, this is a good start, gets the last barrier, has that X Maximus still in play here. Joker managing to stay alive for now. NXCD has the flip, Soren running forward and doing it himself, but cannot actually find anything. NXCD needs to flip now, needs to find something, finds the pass to Joker into the top side. Beautiful shot.
And it's kind of just tough there because Vaughn was blocking the shot of just slightly above Caleb. Because if Vaughn walks up, then that spot is open.
Exactly.
You just can't cover it all.
You gotta guess. I mean, you gotta guess at that point, and without having any abilities, it's pretty much just you're hoping they mess up, right?
Exactly. It was on NXCD to mess up there, but shooting correctly scores the point, bringing a little bit of hope back here for SEKC as they try to get the second point, tie things up in this set.
Yeah, and they're doing a lot better now, honestly. NXCD is managing to survive a little bit longer, letting Joker, I mean, who's taking the brunt of this pressure, I mean, stay in the game just a tiny bit longer. Has the flip, wants to use it a little bit. Vaughn using theirs first, needs to get some damage out. The Supernova not going to be doing too much here, except take an elusive out. But Snake is just doing everything right now. But no, wait, did Soren just own goal? I think Soren, or was it a glitch pop? I mean, there might have been a glitch pop there. Oh, okay. That's what happened. Okay, so yeah, so the secondary from Snake's MAKO there, the gravity there, like the push actually puts it in, but it doesn't count for the MAKO to get
it was you already lose who had the last touch there.
Yeah, that a little bit confusing there, a little bit unlucky. Soren probably was confused at the end too, but they still have time. They managed to take away the perfect form.
The Chrono boost being grabbed away from both Kai and Octavia, but I think it's going to be a big fish.
It's going to be Adrenaline Rush. Here, watch. Adrenaline Rush. Boom. Vian wants the Adrenaline Rush, and Joker just getting the big fish, trying to stay alive a little bit more with that stagger, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. If Vaughn gets one Adrenaline Rush proc, I think the round is just over. Oh,
if he gets one Adrenaline Rush proc, everyone on the side of SEKC is most likely going to fall in that time frame.
Yeah, it looks like we're looking at it right this second as they take down both barriers. He might not even need to kill everybody as it's going into the top side here. Yardley needs to ting it around, use this power play as Vaughn, the speed finally runs out. They manage to stall long enough, and Joker actually dribbling around everybody manages to stall.
Yeah, a little bit of a misplay from Vaughn there, unable to keep control of the core, but Adrenaline Rush procs a second time. He has a second attempt to do the same exact thing here. Oh, Snake not able to send it to a spot where the Supernova could push it forward, but doesn't need it. We got so much damage coming out. I think the members of SEKC spent more time unalive, then
Oh yeah, I mean at least staggered or not alive. They were definitely feeling the brunt of it there. But it's a new day, new round. Joker has the flip, gets that top barrier, immediately drops that beat drop, wants to get as fast of a play here as possible before the damage can rack up, and they actually find the kill on Vaughn here. So really good play there from SEKC, and they can find a point here. Joker takes it over. They do not want to use flip, and they don't even need it. Joker
wonderful.
With the flow state, putting it in the top.
A great KO, the bull rush into the X Maximus on NXD finds Vaughn caught off on the top side there, and then managed to keep both of their energy bursts as they finish this off. So now we're tied 1-1 with the energy burst, or the energy economy favoring SEKC.
Yeah, energy economy favoring them, but not anymore as they use both of it, but for a good cause. They get both barriers, and now the flow state gonna be here. Joker feeling really comfy, but you already lose. Just one needs to defend. He's trying for now, and I mean, NXD finally gets taken out here. Palafins are getting a little bit of a break. They need to make use of this advantage here. They do not want to take this to a game 3. They want to end this now. Taking the barrier, but no, Joker's dodging everything, uses the flip to get out of dodge there, and Soren feeling a little bit comfy with his barrier and finds the kill with the Giga Blast.
The Giga Blast finding Vaughn out, who has been such a crucial member of all of these offense attempts. And now it is Snake on the MAKO, as well as you already lose, holding it down until Vaughn comes back. Atlas popped in the middle there, opening up the map a little bit, as Soren is just trying to get the ball forward to either NXD or Joker so that they can make one of the plays.
Yeah, they need to make one of the plays, especially Octavia here, who's trying to do it themselves, and they do with the flow state into the beat drop. Joker does not want to lose right now. Joker wants this three-peat in the LAN.
He's trying his heart out. A 2-1 lead so far, but they're still down in sets. Taking a look at what's going on right now, we have NXD has full energy here, but is staggered. Trying to go back in and help Joker as much as he can.
Yeah, trying to help Joker as much as he can. Staggered now, though, getting taken out by Vaughn with the Adrenaline Rush proccing. Soren needs to watch out, has zero energy. Oh my goodness, the Supernova coming in, but actually missing everything. But the Black Hole is the one that's going to get the job done. Joker going down as a 3v1 once again, and you already lose the gold credit with that flip into the top corner. It's 2-2. It is series point, championship point.
It is this is it right here. And the thing is, it's not it for SEKC if they can't win this point. If they take it, then we have to play a whole other set, then into another game if they win that too. But Placeholder Palafins are done with the night. They want to end this right here, right now.
Yeah, and they're looking primed to do so. Going to be getting that orb here, looking really good as they get it to the corner, but a really good clear from Soren there. And NXCD actually managing to take the first barrier. They do not want to lose yet. They still have a good chance. The flip trying to get Snake off the map, but can't quite do it. NXCD is now the one that's going to be taken off the map into the Adrenaline Rush, and the crowd is cheering, everybody. Placeholder Palafins are in a really good power play here to take the win. No barriers for Soren, but he has an energy burst. The flow state is up for Joker, trying to get the last barrier. He's doing it all himself. He's flipping, and he's trying to score, but no, denied from You Already Lose. And now Snake is alone in the front here, wants to get rid of the energy burst for Soren. They need to take this one step at a time. You Already Lose, bringing it forward. Vaughn positioning for the Supernova, trying to take out Joker, and he does. Another Adrenaline Rush proc. Placeholder Palafins are trying to end it now. They're trying to take home the trophy. Snake into the bottom corner. You Already Lose into the bottom top corner. Energy burst into the score,
and that's the series.
Take the series, and my voice is gone.
The crowd chanting third seed, trying their best to give SEKC the energy to push forward there towards the end, but not enough as the dominance from Placeholder Palafins as they just barrage their enemies with damage and strikes, constantly putting them under so much pressure, sending them off the map for 10 seconds at a time over and over again. We can see the KOs here.
Wow.
12 from Snake, 6 from Vaughn, 3 from You Already Lose. Collectively, we're over 20 KOs. And it is just clawing at every single point. SEKC trying their heart out as they just want one more point, one more attempt.
Yeah, I mean, they played really well. I definitely want hats out to SEKC. They had a really good losers run going all the way back up to grand finals through the whole losers side. Put on a pretty good battle, put on a good showing, especially in that last match, but we're just not quite able to take it. And a special shout out here, I mean, especially this game, look at Snake. I mean, was a pretty quiet presence, but managed to get down 12 KOs and actually 6 assists with 2 goals. And also, I don't know if a lot of people know this is the second LAN win in a row for Snake.
I mean, this guy goes unnoticed every single LAN. When you think of Demon's Raw members, the team he's normally part of, his main roster, you typically think of Gumi and Kainoob. This Snake guy he's
a beast.
Is he tied for the most number of LAN wins, or does he have the most number of LAN?
I think he literally has the most number. Oh, he's tied with Joker. He's tied with Joker.
Okay. And then the amount of S tier wins,
goodness.
Insane.
All right, everybody, don't go anywhere because we are getting the entire cast of Sad Boys, or rather Placeholder Palafins, on the couch right now. I believe they're right there. So I don't know how we want to do this. So we give them all the mic and just let them talk, or how do you want to do this, Saya? Okay, we're going to let them have the mics so you don't have to hear us ramble on any longer. You heard that enough. So we'll give the floor over to all of Placeholder Paladins. Maybe we'll prompt them with some questions, but I mean, spam some emotes in chat, spam some excitement, because that was an insane series, an insane tournament from them. Pretty much just utter domination the entire way through.
Just them two.
Just them two?
Okay, sure thing.
I don't mind. What do you want me to do?
Hey, go for it.
All right, I'll do it. Yeah, sure. All right, hop on, gentlemen.
You want to be in the middle?
It doesn't matter. You can just sit down. All right, let me scoot over. All right, everybody. We have right to my right here, the goalie, the man himself. You already lose.
Yeah.
Back at it finally. I mean, after last one, I think you had a little bit of bone to pick with the LAN scene. You needed that win. You needed finally to get back from the field. You have 2 now as well, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
2
you two
LANs.
both have 2 LAN wins. So I mean, I guess I'll ask this question each of you. You can scoot over a little bit, squeeze in a little bit so you can all be on camera. I'll ask Caleb first. I mean, 2 LAN wins. How does it feel to come back, especially after last LAN, getting that 4th place? Probably not happy with that, but just how did it feel winning, with your team again, with Vaughn, and just coming back and just dominating the tournament?
Yeah, so this is my first time playing with Vaughn, I think, ever at a LAN. So it's really fun. I mean, it sucks that Ali couldn't be here. I think he had some circumstances where he couldn't come, but we got Snake with us. I mean, this guy's such a good teammate. I mean, we talked a bunch yesterday about what we're gonna do, how we should approach things, and he's giving us a new insight on what we should do. So it's really nice.
100%. And speaking of Snake, 2 LAN wins for you now, 2 in a row actually. So I mean, if there's another LAN, you have the chance to 3-peat.
I do.
So I mean, that's got to be exciting for you. But the question I have for you is, I mean, obviously you're no stranger to Caleb and Vaughn, right? You've been playing against them, playing with them for a long time. But how does it feel coming in with a new team, basically, or people you haven't actually played an entire S tier with, and then just basically it looks like you play with them the whole time. It does not look like you haven't played with them before.
Well, for people who don't know, I've been on a bunch of pickup teams before. I've been on my main roster, Demons Raw. I don't mean to boast, but some call me the king of pickup teams because I've attended at least 1 LAN and got 3rd place with a team that I've scrimmed 1 hour with. I last minute joined a team and won the Omega Strikers Pro League Invitational back in July of 2023. And we scrimmed about less than a week or so. And if you, look at the big number, the amount of days we scrim with Demons Raw and all that is a lot larger than all these pickup rosters that I hop onto. But I'm always it's a big pleasure to play with, my friends. I play Black Ops Zombies with this guy every weekday versus it's so much
team
fun.
bonding. Oh yeah. All right. Well, glad to hear it. I mean, hey, everybody, put some respect on Snake's name. I don't want to see anyone overshadowing this guy. I mean, this guy's won 2 LANs so far in a row. This guy is already, maybe he's gotten multiple insane placements. He's won multiple S tiers. I mean, give it up for him. Give it up for Sad Boys in general. And I mean, just one last question for both of you. I guess you can kind of both, answer this here. Who's going to win NASL? You guys got to come back now. I mean, week 9, you're going to be playing each other in NASL. Are you excited to play against each other? Are you a bit annoyed now that you have to kind of go back to it? Are you excited? What are the thoughts there on NASL?
Honestly, I think it's going to be interesting because Bells and Gumi, they're going to be, I think, in the same PC cafes. So Bells is visiting Gumi in California for the next couple weeks. He'll be in California with Gumi when our match goes live.
Oh yeah.
So it'll be pretty interesting with that narrative. There might be a interview or something where you can get both of them or something.
Maybe we'll try that. Snake, how you feeling with the rest of your season? You feeling good? Feeling strong after this LAN win?
I wouldn't say yes. However, the people who know, Demon's Raw does not win Nassau. They win everything else but Nassau. So don't get your hopes too high for that. But I mean, hopefully I heard plans with another LAN and maybe other events. So I mean, play better win more 3. You'll see me there. So I plan to hopefully win that one. But Nassau, that's a whole different league.
Yeah, sorry, man.
These guys
Hey,
are the pros at that.
I got
These guys
them
are the
all.
pros at
I got
that.
them all. Sorry,
Hey,
sorry.
I mean, maybe we'll see that. Excited for that. Any other shout outs before we get you off?
Hey, we need to shout out Vaughn. Yo, Vaun,
I mean,
you wanna come up here?
Vaughn should.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give Vaughn the mic here in a second. But any other shout outs from you guys before we give it up here? I'll have
No.
Vaughn a question too, I guess.
Sure, Vaughn, here. You can take my spot.
You
wanna come in?
you wanna come in real quick? All right, we'll give Vaughn a quick little shout here. Shout out to Caleb, everybody. You already lose. Best goalie in the tournament. Best goalie. I mean, maybe in the world. Who knows?
What's up, my brawlers?
How's it going, brother?
Feels good.
Hey, how does it feel after taking the second in Arizona to come back and show your rightful spot in first place? How's it feel?
It feels good. I see this guy. I owe it partly to him. He had the smelling salts before Grands to wake me up. I'm not doing those. No,
Right.
no, no,
Get it off the
no,
couch.
not brands.
Get it off the
No,
couch.
no, no, no. It felt good. We could have definitely taken it in Arizona if I had played better. And I felt like this tournament I played very well. I thought my whole team played really well. So it was really satisfying for me. And I didn't team with either of these guys in Arizona, you know? So it's the first time I've ever been on a team with Caleb ever in person, even though we've been on the same team for a year. And then when Snake asked if he wanted to play with me, I was like, I mean, if he's with me, that means he won't be killing me.
Yeah, there you go.
And you're going to notice a distinct lack of deaths that I had, probably because this guy was on my team. So it feels good.
That was actually going to be my next question. I mean, how does it feel? One, I guess, two-part question. Finally playing with your goalie, finally playing with Caleb at a LAN, and two, teaming up with Snake for, I mean, obviously not the first time you played with Snake, but like at a LAN and first one of the major S tiers you play with Snake, right? Like, how does that feel teaming up and basically just dominating the whole time?
So I got really excited for something like that. It feels great. I'm sure there's a lot to say, but I think both my teammates played really well. I don't know. I don't have too much to say about other than the fact that it felt really good for Caleb and I to play together in person. We've consistently been at the top of the game since launch now, and I really feel like if you want to win an S tier, you have to get through him and I backline, which I just love playing with him. He's probably my favorite, like, maybe even de facto teammate. I love Bells, but there's something with Caleb and I that I really love, like playing. Like when we're working defense together, it feels good. And then this guy on my right just took care of business. On my left, I guess for the audience.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah, he just took care of business. Yeah, this guy took care of business at the Airbnb, but this guy took care of business in the game. And he asked for the MAKO in the last game. Never played with it. I have literally never played with MAKO Forward ever in tournament. I was like, I don't know what you do. After we lost set one, I was like, what do you do? And he was like, I do this. And then he said what he was doing. I was like, okay, I get it.
And he
then
got 12 KOs.
Yeah, and then he fragged out. So
there
it
you
was a win.
Hey, well, any extra shout outs, any extra things you want to say before
Did you
we start
Did
signing
you
off?
do any? Go first.
Not yet.
Yeah, we'll go first.
Mom and Dad, I love you guys. Thank you for watching and supporting me. And Gumi and Kainu, thank you for also supporting me.
They did not
However-
support you, bro.
In the group
In their
chat,
heart.
y'all are being really mean.
In their heart, they do.
You
Their words
guys-
don't.
You guys better watch out because when I come back, I might troll your games. So, but all good.
I like it.
Shout out, Mom, Dad, Gumi, Kainu, and everyone at our Airbnb. Thank you for all being here and being together. It's so nice being with my friends.
I'll make mine quick because I know Sai's over there trying to get things sped along. I'd also like to shout out Mom, Dad, I know they're watching. Shout out to Anna and Tom if they managed to stay up this late. My number one fans from Iowa.
Okay.
I'd still like to shout out my buddy Bells. He couldn't be here today. Third member of Sad Boys. Always love the guy. Everyone at the Airbnb as well for sure. And then also my sister. I think she's technically she's at work in Japan, so I don't think she's supposed to be watching. But I did get some messages from her, and she gets really nervous, so maybe she turned it off. But if she's still listening, shout out to Jane. I always like when my family tunes in and supports me. It feels really good. I think this was probably the best. I say it every LAN. I think this one's the best one yet in terms of
100%.
being run, the venue, the people. Really, 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 really happy how this one turned out. So
Yeah, I mean, and speaking of just final shout out for me in general, like shout out to Bestie Slot and Saya
W,
in general for producing this entire
the
tournament.
most viewed OS tournament in history.
I think we peaked at like almost 3K at
We
one
did.
point. So I mean, congratulations to them, and I'm glad to see they finally get the recognition they deserve.
And it looks like Sai's got something he wants to hand it. You want to do this on camera or off camera? On camera?
On camera.
What?
All right. Or real quick.
Oh yeah,
so,
you hop off.
Yeah,
and then-
I'm gonna hop off for a quick shout
Thanks,
outs
Bort.
to everybody. I mean, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for letting me cast with you, and also shout outs to everyone who showed up to the LAN. I mean, thank you guys all for coming. 39 teams, by the way.
Yeah.
That's insane. So thank you all. We're gonna get you already lose. We're
Caleb.
gonna give them the prizes. So give them all your support, everyone. Emote in chat.
Any boys? Yo, drop a boys. It's like kind of Palafin. He's a boy right now. 3 big fellas. Hop back on, my goalie. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's pass it down. Stream, we've got a mouse pad and a medal. Let's hold that up to the camera. Courtesy of Saya and Bestie in Slots. We'll pass that one down.
All right, thank you.
Pass that one down. Excellent. Okay, so I see there's one of those. Can we choose or is it you choosing? Okay, I'm down. You know who I'm down to give it to? Caleb, I'm down to give it to this guy because he never gets any love.
I'm down.
I'm down to elect him as our to the stars OS NYC ... If it could focus here, let me show you how it's done, pal. Focus. All good. Let's try. Put my what? Guys, it says MVP. Just trust me. And I'm going to give it to my brawler. There you go, buddy, because we would not have won without him. He was very important. He was super flexible teammate. He played every game well. He was last pick. He got target banned. He got fanboyed, and he got it done. So good job, buddy.
Thanks, boss.
All right. I think anything else? Do you want to say something? We'll hop. Okay, guys. You're going to hear from the brains behind it all, who all put it together. We're the Placeholder Palafins. Thanks for supporting us. And I think we're good.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll hand off the mic to the people who matter now. All right, peace.
Thank you.
Okay, so what are we here for?
No, we're here to talk about the event. We did it. It's over.
We did. It is over.
Okay, well, I guess let's start with the beginning, right? When did this all get started?
I think it was like at the end of the From the Ashes LAN, we had like a bigger interest than we thought we would. And like the West community is like very tight knit, but it's also smaller. So we're like, okay, we should do an East Coast LAN. We picked OS NYC as the venue, and like we got like what? Like over 100 people showing up, 120 something people showing up.
120.
And that was tied in with the duelist and stuff. So
That was also really successful. The developer of the game came, which was really cool.
yeah.
And thanks everyone for watching. We managed to secure a Twitch front page. Shout out to the random Twitch guy that approved this.
Mhm.
So yeah, highest competitive Omega Strikers viewership in history
Yeah.
by far.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
close. I guess let's talk a little bit about like the little hiccups, the roadblocks, that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Oh, Group B. Group B. Group B.
Okay, explain. Don't just say Group B.
Okay, so hey, we love our players here in Omega Strikers sometimes, but sometimes the players do 45-minute warm-ups, 30-minute warm-ups, and sometimes you have a 40-minute technical issue.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you have a player report a game that they didn't play in, falsely just reporting it and then leaving.
Damn.
So like I think I remember finishing Group A, which we were like, oh, it's a hard group because it's like the start of the event. And that was like 2 hours and 15 minutes. And we got through and we're like, oh yeah, like, you know, it's looking good. We're on schedule. And Group B took 5 hours. So that one was rough. But honestly, shout out to John Fortnite and JT, Freak Nasty.
The goats.
Absolute
honestly.
goats. Like one thing about this LAN, I think a kind of recurring trend was so many players, so many people that showed up. Like even though like we're the ones talking on the stage right now, on the stream right now, we're the ones that are like accredited with this like so many individual players stepped up to just help out where they could. And like if they didn't, this would have been so much like longer, would have been dragged out, would have been much lower quality. So like yeah, shout out to John Fortnite, shout out to JT, shout out just generally to the PPL team for that. Shout out to Yume, Nubstar. I'm like literally looking at people right now. Barb Pilot, Takes, Taiko, ZZ. Oh yeah, well chill. Just people that took time out of their day, took time out of their vacation that they paid for to just help us out and make this event, you know, the best that it could be. So I think again, we have such a wonderful community here, and that what we saw with that is just kind of proof of that. So yeah.
Honestly, also shout outs to everyone who side streamed our event.
Oh,
We were
yeah.
able to stream every bracket match and most of consolation bracket too.
Yeah, so that's gonna be what Justice Solar Flare, Yachi Kicho, Elenator, Langs _ CS.
No, there's
VA.
so many people.
So many. I mean, yeah, but
we can't
should name-
remember all of them,
I
right?
mean, obviously, but we should
Yeah.
name them. We
Well,
should.
they're on the Start GG. If you
Yeah.
check the Start GG, all of their stream
They're all on the main
links
page.
are there. They're
Follow.
all on the main page.
There is a lot of them. There's
Drop them a
all of them.
follow, like all of that. And I gotta shout out this venue. I gotta say, this is the nicest venue we've used for Omega Strikers. It is so atmospheric. You could see like it's just a much better vibe. And also, shout out to Mystic for letting us use this camera. I mean,
Yeah.
we were using a very bad webcam last time. This is such a step up. And I also gotta say, wow, like it doesn't feel real that it's over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a long weekend, but it was so fun. And like one thing I think that TOing does that like I guess going one of the guilty pleasures of TOing is you really get a front row seat to like everything.
Yeah.
Like you really get to see firsthand all the stories, all the players, all the things like that. Honestly, shout out to like Soren. Even though he lost today, I really wanted after today, I really want to see him get his big win one day. He's been kind of second place in a lot of these situations, and I really, really want him to succeed because I know he's out there grinding. He's trying his damn hardest. And as you know, a TO, I get to see all these players, all these narratives grow, and do all of these things. And that's like honestly the hype, the stories, and all of that. That's what makes it worth it.
Okay.
Yeah. As a Canadian TO, it was so exciting to see the Joker potentially make a three-peat at LAN.
Yeah.
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 All right. I guess we've said all we have to say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So take your headsets off because I'm gonna yell into the mic. And
Wait,
you're
don't we have
gonna...
one last thing?
Oh wait, what's the one last thing?
The LAN.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna yell it into the mic, so you should take it off so you don't break your.
Oh,
nose. Yeah.
Shout out to XDME.
Oh yeah, XDME came. We had a little interview segment that I did in like whatever. It was really cool. Yeah. Shout
Pretty
out
much
to XDME.
All of
Yeah.
actual.
Oh, shout out to
previous
Aesop for
clubhouse
tweeting for us, by the way.
That
That too. Got to put that in there. Aesop tweet for us next time, please. And speaking of next time, take your headsets off. It's gonna be loud. Guys, listen. Tell them to listen. Tell them to listen. Guys, we're heading to California next spring. Okay, that was it. That's it, right? For real this time?
Yeah, I mean, this was great, and we have we're able to run one in California next time, and I'm looking so forward to that. I'm looking to see the West Coast out in full force again. So, oh yeah, go Westies.
Go Westies.
Drop a follow. Drop that. Okay, whatever. It's over. We're done.
Good night, chat.
I don't know what you're cheering for because I have the headphones on, but it's probably something good.
Yeah.
Yeah.